Alright guys, today we're taking a look at the Singer Heavy Duty 6600C. This is the Sterling edition. I'm going to show you what comes in the box, how to use it and set it up, and I'm also going to show you a pants hemming demo. Alright, so this machine may be good for you if you do prefer just pressing buttons to choose your stitch type, stitch width, and stitch lengths, instead of having to turn dials like you do with other machines, including some other Singer models. So it's a more modern approach. Speaking of modern, this does have a more modern look. As you can see, it comes in black with silver trim. So this does come with everything that you need, including a bag of accessories with extra bobbins, different types of presser feet, and extra needles. All right, so let's go through the physical features, kind of starting from the left here, my left. You do have the power switch to turn it on at the bottom there. And right above that is your hand wheel for manually lifting and lowering the needle. Up top here, you have your bobbin loader. Then you have both the vertical and horizontal holders for your spool of thread. You'll see here a handle for being able to conveniently lift and move this thing. And then you have two tension dials. So this is the thread tension dial right here. And then this is the presser foot pressure tension dial here. Coming around to this side, you have the thread cutter right there for your convenience. And then towards the front there, you'll see two buttons, one for the reverse, so that's for doing back stitching. And then right above that, you can actually press that button to decide where the needle stops. So whether you want it to be lifted up or inside the cloth, you can choose using that button. Of course, you have this lever right here to lift the needle. And then you have this very handy threading assistance tool right here. You just pull it down and it'll help you thread the needle. Here you have your compartment, so you can lift it out. It's nice that it lifts towards you, and then you can actually then remove this entire thing. That way you can, loop pant legs through for convenience, and sleeves if you're needing to hem. And then once you have this out, you can actually change the feed dog position at the back here. There's gonna be a switch that you can switch to the left or right. You'll also see a ruler right in front there for your convenience. And then one really convenient guide here, you can actually pull this thing out. And then you'll see numbers that will correspond to the thread guide here. And then below those numbers will be a letter, and that letter corresponds to the presser foot that you will need to use. All right, but the most important part will be this part right here, of course, the LCD screen. So when you turn it on, you'll see the number light up, and then you'll see three categories. So one for the stitch type, one for the width, and then one for the length. And then you can switch between those categories by just pressing that M button, M for mode. If you're on stitch type, you will just reference that guide and input your number using those arrows. And if you switch over to width, the numbers will correspond to the millimeters. And then same idea with length, you can use the up and down arrows to change the length in millimeters. But that is the basic operation. So let me show you how to get this thing set up, and then we'll hem some pants. All right, guys, so as with any sewing machine, of course, you're gonna have your top spool and your bottom spool, otherwise known as the bobbin. So you want to first load the bobbin. So what you're gonna do is take your thread, go ahead and load it up in here. And then you'll see various markings all throughout this machine showing you exactly how to thread this thing. So for loading the bobbin, it's gonna be number 1 up here. And then you just need to route it that way. And then you will need to insert that thread through the hole up here. All right, so once you have that, you can just stick it on here, and basically you just switch it over to the right, and that'll lock it in place so that when you press on the pedal, it'll start spinning. And that's exactly how you load this thing. So we'll do that now. All right, so that's done. Then you basically take your scissors, you can remove it, go ahead and cut off the excess. And then you're gonna take this bobbin and you're gonna go down here. Again, there's gonna be markings telling you exactly what you need to do. Snag it through this way, and then that way, and then boom, that will actually cut it off right there, and you are done with the bobbin. All right, next you're gonna take that top spool, and then again, just follow the markings. So you're gonna go from number 1 here, go over here, down here to number 4, and then we can use our handy little threading guide. And then what you wanna do is basically pull up the thread from the bobbin by turning the hand wheel towards you, and then you'll see it basically catch the bobbin, and there you go. It caught it there. So then you can simply pull it out and you're all set. All right, so for today's demonstration, I'm just gonna go ahead and hem these pants. I'm just gonna go ahead and fold it in, basically freehand this thing. No pins needed. I just wanna fold it in once like that. And then again, you can remove this for the convenience of being able to loop that pant leg through. So that's pretty great. And we're gonna go ahead and start stitching. Then we'll do a quick back stitch, of course. And then we can continue onwards. All right. right, perfect. Do another back stitch at the end there. And voila, just like that. Nice and professional. Literally did that in 15 seconds. Saved myself 30 bucks by not going to the tailor. And of course, you can do a whole lot more. Straight stitches, buttonholes, all this decorative stitching right here as well, including embroidery and whatnot. So definitely capable of a lot more stuff than what I just demonstrated here. All right, guys, so I hope that helps you decide whether this is right for you today. But if you like the modern look of this sterling edition and the convenience of the up and down arrows to choose your stitch type, width, and length, this may be the right one for you. Definitely check it out today.